So I presume that nobody is actually going to come into the show now because my entire internet just died on me. Everything went down and shut it all down, and I had to like reboot it again. And I'm not going back through any of the stuff. If you want to watch part 1 of tonight's live show, do it. But now that we're here, I will do what I was trying to do before. But it's so weird that everything just like collapsed on it. Where is it? Okay, yeesh. Okay, so Sideburn. I have, of course, Shadow Striker, and like I said that, obviously this is going to be Sideburn. I did not think that they were going to remold a new head and do nothing else. I'm sorry, this car mode is 100% not burn. That's not Sideburn at all. Not even a little bit is that Sideburn. Um, I'm disappointed in that offer, to be honest with you. That is her alt mode, but I don't know. It's not what I was looking for in a Sideburn, to be perfectly frank. Maybe I'll think different if I see it in hand, but it's not something I'm planning on rushing out to get. I'm really, really not that impressed with it, to be honest with you. Bit disappointed in it, to be honest with you. Let's check back in with you guys. I don't know. I'll have to share both of these after the part 1, part 2, or whatever. I apologize for that, guys. It was absolute technical difficulties. Hey, Joseph. Yeah, everything just sort of when I tried to share Sideburn, everything went cattywampus on me. Now that said, let's start getting rid of some of that. Iron Factory, they showed off. We're going to get to the collaboratives. I see you there, Joseph. We're going to get to them. Iron Factory showed off something pretty cool, I think, by way of, where is it? Yeah, that it? No, this is it. By way of their samurai, hold on. By way of their samurai, Optimus Primal, and like, I think this looks cool. Now I was about the articulation on the guy, but there he is in gorilla mode. I mean, that's pretty dynamic right there. Honestly, like that's pretty dynamic right there too. So I'm impressed with this. I know it's small, I know it's Legends, and it's not my thing, but good on Iron Factory for being creative, taking a chance. I think that this looks like a really great product coming from them. What else can I mark off here? New Age, they showed off their huffer and pipes. They look really good, kind of a metallic sheen on both of them. If you need a tiny huffer and pipes, the collab that Joseph was just talking about. Can't wait to see the Knight Rider one. So the Knight Rider one has a listing. Its number is F9653. It is due August the 1st of this year, 2024, and it will be $49.99 US. I don't know what price point that falls in line with. I feel like it's not quite Leader, but it's more than Voyager. So I don't know what they're going to use for this. A lot of people have speculated that they'll probably end up using an adaptation of the Trax mold. I can't see that. Too many people hate that mold. Plus, it's not $50. It's not worth that. It'd be interesting to see what they do with it. I just really hope that when he transforms, it's like a robot version of Kid. For the love of God, please don't let it transform into Michael Knight. That will be lame. Star Wars collabs seem to be coming back as well. No real details as of yet. By the way, I didn't mention this, but the MP Ginrai and the I guess MPG is due to be released in December of this year, and the pre-orders apparently will open for them on April the 10th. So just a couple of days away. Make of that what you will. United Origins Bumblebee. Remember this guy? Remember this little lad? Where is he? Yeah. Remember this little lad? Right? I mean, I know we're all Wheeljack now, and we've had Jazz. But remember, this lad, he is getting a reissue for those that missed him. I think that that's good business. I think that's smart. A lot of people skipped them and said, well, we don't have a Jazz or a Wheeljack. We do now. And a lot of people have said, I'd like to have the Bumblebee. I didn't get him before. Get him. He's great. He's really, really great. Mine has, of course, his backpack on him. I also got the back arm fillers from Larkin. And they're nice arm fillers. Good paint match, I guess. To transform them, you got to pop the arm fillers out. I wish there was a little hinge or something, but, you know, it's okay for what it is, I suppose. Also, with that, there's also some more, I'm going to call it crossover collabs with Transformers Beyblades. I don't know a lot about Beyblades. I know what they are and stuff, but apparently there's a Megatron and a Starscream, I assume G1, that will be like physical Beyblades. So, I don't know, put them in your arena and have them destroy everybody else, right? Put them in the arena and have, you know, do a Megatron voice and ask everybody else that's playing, why throw away your life so recklessly? Just saying. We'll go back to the 2025, like, I don't want to say rollout, but the 2025 overview, so to speak. What else do we have here? Oh, the cover of the G1 vinyl release, that was revealed. I think the pre-orders and stuff open for that as well on April the 10th. We saw images from the Beast Wars Versus 2-pack with Ghost, Starscream, and Waspinator. The Ghost Starscream is the Earthrise Starscream in clear and translucent plastics. I think the forearms and hands might still be solid blue. And oddly, the Decepticon logos on his wings are red. Then we have Waspinator. I think on the back of his head, there might be a Decepticon logo for when Starscream's in his body. I feel like the coloration on him is a bit weird. I didn't realize there was going to be as much purple on him as there is. That coloration looks a lot like what we got in Kingdom to me. And I said then that I thought that there was too much purple. I don't know. If you're in for it, cool. The Nemesis Bridge Crew stuff we already looked at. Nick Roach will be at TF Nation 2024. We saw some behind the scenes stuff with a few of the guys here. Hold on. Let's get you guys back. Let's get you guys back here. I'm so sorry that this had to be like a 2-4. Let's just check in with what you guys are saying. Yeah, can't wait to see. There you go. The Transformers crossover toys. Yeah, I hear you, Joseph. I think a lot of people that are I'm not a big collaboratives guy, but for those that are into it, I mean, the fandom has been saying for years and years, even when they used to do the crossovers 15 years ago, do Knight Rider. I think it's a long time coming, and I think it'll be very popular. Hey, Lee Bird, if I didn't say it in the other live stream that we did, that Sideburns car mode is garbage. I agree, it is. The RID 2001 fans keep losing. I guess HasLab is the only hope for good modern figures. Maybe. I think they're doing a lot of testing the water before they put much development in it. But, like, you know, Sideburns supposed to be a cool car with a lot of neat curves. And this just, it's a boxier car. It's Shadow Striker's car. Even YouTube didn't want us to see that trash. Fair enough. Hey, Lance. I actually canceled live TV and just pay for YouTube Premium. Google fanboy, but I'm enjoying it. I'm not a Google fanboy, but I'm enjoying it. Kid is coming. Well, Knight Rider's coming. Will it be Kid? Time will tell. Hold on. Okay. It must be a Hasselhoff head sculpt. No, don't do that. I bet you they'll do that. Hey, Dragonfly, if I didn't say it in the other one, buddy. Just got Sandstorm Gears and Silverbolt today. They've all been released. Like, the release date was yesterday for those. But I don't have any notices of pre-orders, or I haven't seen them in store or anything yet. But, I mean, good for you, I guess, right? I can't speak to it. I can't speak to anything you're saying there because I don't know. Yeah, no Michael Knight. Like my bee is yellowing. As we go down here a little bit. My son just got Beyblades for his birthday. There you go. Didn't realize Beyblade was still around. I didn't realize it was around either, but I guess they are. The clear plastic on the Starscream is probably going to break easy. Why? Does not anything else I own. I have never, ever once, I keep saying this almost every week, I've never, ever, not once across the last 40 years, ever had any issue with clear plastic any more than any other plastic. None. Zero. And using clear plastic is not new. Cyber Planet Keys, that whole gimmick is literally clear plastic. It's not new. It's as robust and fine as anything else. I wouldn't expect it to break easy unless you're ham-handing it. But I mean, that's true then for any plastic. I'm sorry, I don't buy into the hype that clear plastic is more fragile. It's not. It's not. That's make-believe. We saw a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. Shard was originally, speaking of clear translucent plastic, Shard originally was going to be purple translucent and made of dark energon, but they didn't go with it because it did break because of the combining gimmick. So in that case, you're going to be attaching, reattaching, attaching, reattaching. I don't know what he was talking about. I stand by what I said. I've never had issues with clear plastic. I would love a purple reuse of Shard. As it is, though, Shard is actually from the planet Dread and is made up of death crystals, which I think is really cool. Cup would be horrified. Cup would be absolutely horrified. We also had behind the scenes of Swoop. That's how I knew about Grimlock's sword. And we had a behind the scenes with Gears, where it was stated that you can use the little what is it that it was said? You can use the little core class Soundwave Laserbeak cassette, and the back of it is supposed to look like the grumpy circuit disc that he uses. If you fold in all four of his wheels, they call it a hover truck mode. And Mark was really happy that you can hide all four wheels in Robot, which is neat. But unfortunately, that means that you have to fold them out for truck. And we had to fold them out, for example, on the trailer of Motormaster, and they're not very good. They tend to fold in. They don't lock or anything. I don't like fold out wheels. If that's going to be their new trend, you can keep it. Not a fan of it at all. Because usually what I find is I go to roll it, move it, and one of the wheels folds in. I don't want that. Or if you're going to do it, they have to go out and they have to actually lock in place. Not a little thoop. There has to be like a locking point, like a clear locking point. If you do that, then cool. And they mentioned that there's a mysterious M, which, if you didn't know, is for the Mysterians. And you might have noticed that in Mark's images, he actually had some Mysterians there. As a matter of fact, maybe I can actually share this. Hold on. Yeah. And if we go all the way down, you can see how this, like, these look very thin to me folded out. But Mysterians. And maybe you are thinking to yourself, I don't know what Mysterians are. So let old GotBot enlighten you just a little bit. So Mysterians was a canceled line from about 1982 or 1983. They had a lot of really lame names. The good guys, their names were like the thing that they are with an AR at the end, like Trucker, Jeep R. And I think the bad guys had OR at the end. So it'd be like Plane Or, Train Or. I believe that's where it came from. It was developed by Knickerbocker. I'm not sure how you'd say it. And it kind of ended up like going by the wayside. By hook or crook, somehow, some way, we had a section there that was neither identified as good or bad, though the names end in AR, which would indicate good guys. A subgroup called hold on until I find it, the Mobile Force. And we had Jeepar, Blazer, Trucker, and Speedar, which eventually would evolve into being nothing. Somehow Takara would get their hands on these designs and they would all get incorporated in Microchange. I don't think any of them went into Diaclone. I think all four of these went into Microchange. And Jeepar, Blazer, Trucker, and Speedar would become Brawn, Gears, Huffer, and Windcharger. That's why they're a little more super deformed-ish than compared to like Bumblebee or Warpath or those kind of more original designs. And they're not quite the penny racer like aesthetic either. Like you look at Windcharger, for example, like cool car, but like didn't his tires always seem just a little bit too big? Same with Gear. Didn't his tires seem just a touch too big for the truck? Anyway, that's where the M comes from. It's a nod to the defunct line known as Mysterians that would lead to some of the Transformers we know and love. We always think that it all came from Microchange and Diaclone, but there was something even before that. And the thing that was before that was the Mysterians. So, you know what? A little bit of knowledge there. Maybe you knew it. Maybe you did not. I don't know. But that's the gears behind the scene. We've done the RID sideburn, got that out of the way. In Chile, the 11-inch Authentics Titan Changer wheeljack came out. It looks like garbage. It's almost a foot tall wheeljack. It's almost the size of, say, Siege Jetfire. I mean, an inch shorter than Siege Jetfire, but it looks like junk. I'm not going to try and show a picture of that because it's junk. It's junk. We shouldn't see a picture. We shouldn't have to see a picture of that because it's junk. Fans Hobby, and I'll show this. I'm excited about this because I think it looks real cool. Right there, Fans Hobby showed up their Armada Jetfire. This looks wildly cool. So clean, so big. And here's the thing, with all the bulk, I was like, I don't think this is going to be, like, I think that might be as good as the knee gets. But guess what? That's not true. Just watch. This one here, look at that left knee. Like it is folded, bent all the way up. I think that's very good. Of course, we got the little Minicon guy. There's your shuttle. Excellent. Really captures the character nicely. And here he is on mode. Like, come on. I'm not a Unicron Trilogy guy at all. We all know this. But, man, this looks really cool. I got to say, I'm pretty blown away by it, to be honest with you. What else do we have here? Let's do that. Yeah, that Jetfire looks really cool, right? Get the Authentics Wheeljack for Dennis for Christmas. Don't ruin Wheeljack for me. So they did. And Ed pointed out there that the Bumblebee Cliff Jumper hubcap came from Chrono Q racers, which is why they look like penny racers, right? Yeah, absolutely. Good point. I got Fans Hobby Thunderclash, and their figures are huge. I bet those are crazy big. I agree. I bet that they're gigantic. They're doing a 40th anniversary reunion, which is kind of a screening and a table read. More Than Meets the Eye Part 1 and the next 3 episodes. So basically the first 4 episodes. This event will run for 96 minutes. It'll be happening at some theaters in the US, in the UK, and in Australia. Not something I could take part in because Canada doesn't get nothing. Ocular Max, they showed off this weird drift that apparently is a crossover with Initial D, which is some manga comic. I'm pretty sure that the robot looks like Drift. The car mode is not a sports car. It's not. I don't know. It's a weird Ocular Max thing that has to do with some Japanese anime that yours truly, quite frankly, don't know anything about, and I'm not interested to know anything about. Just because it's not my thing. It's not my wheelhouse. Let's do trivia, shall we? Why don't we do trivia? Then we'll do all of the list. Then we'll do the unboxing for tonight and get out of here. Let's do trivia. That way I can check in with you guys a little bit. Trivia, very simple, I think, tonight. I think very simple. We know, thanks to last week, that we have a United 4-pack coming out, and in that will be Squeeze Play. Well, Squeeze Play is a headmaster. And the last time that we visited this character in any way, shape, or form was during Titan's Return. And it was the little tiny Titan Master that was Crash Bash. That's technically the head of Squeeze Play. His actual partner's name is Locos, Lokos. A lot of people just call him Loco. And he's a Nebulan, of course. Works for the Hive, naturally. But what was Locos' job before becoming a headmaster, before getting binary bonded? What was his job just when he was a dude living on Nebulos? Was he a spy, B, an aide to Zarak, C, a soldier, or D, a pirate? Was he a spy, an aide to Zarak, a soldier, or a pirate? A, B, C, or D? I'll check in with you guys here a little bit. Let's go back up here because I know I missed a whole bunch. So we go down. I'm going to find your OFTCC Shadow Striker and Roulette. The car should be a Dodge Viper. It should. I agree. Hey, Tetranova. The clear plastic on the Starscream is probably going to break easily. It's not. I already talked about this. It won't. Have confidence, dude. If anything, I'd wish they do Knight Rider, A-Team, and Airwolf Transformers. That combined to a big combiner, that'd be crazy. Kit with Mr. Feeney's head. Put Mr. Feeney's head on it. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Your Studio Series car dropkick and Galactic Odyssey barricade broke. What did you do to break them? That's what I would ask you. And don't say nothing, because you definitely mishandled them if they broke. And that's okay. I've mishandled stuff and broke it too. I did it with my Power of the Primes, Rodimus Prime. But people are always talking about like cracking the roof on their Jazz. How? Why? What are you doing to it? Or they'll talk about, as you did there, with the Datsun mold. I have it 5 times. And they're all fine. And I've handled them and mishandled them and dropped them off the shelf from a good 8 feet high multiple times. 0 issues. So it's not the plastic. It's the handling of it. I did get 86 Blast and Rewind yesterday. I mean, cool, I guess. I don't see a need to get them. I already have them. But, I mean, cool if you wanted it, I guess. I originally thought Shard was an homage to Inhumanoids Tendril when I first saw it. And maybe there's a nod to Tendril in there. William Daniels head sculpt, of course. For those who don't know, William Daniels is Mr. Feeney, is Kit. Remember Zybots? Nope. I can't say it's a do. How about those serial Starbots? Nope, don't remember that either. But I mean, the 80s, and you know why I don't remember? Because the 80s was transforming robots everywhere. There was lots of them. I just mixed them all together. As we go down here, I'm definitely skipping stuff, guys. I apologize. Who say we'll get a Supreme class Jetfire to combine with Commander Armada Optimus Prime? Well, we don't have Supreme class anymore, so we won't get that. But I would think that you will probably get a leader, maybe a Commander class Jetfire, and an Overload. I would presume that will be able to combine with the Armada Optimus. Like, that seems like the next logical progression, right? Canadian dub, I don't know what that means. Initial D was an anime about drift racing. Yeah, see, I think I can't go anime. I think the art style's so bad. So bad. I get it, it's minimalist and stuff, but I don't think it looks good. It looks lazy to me. It's not my thing. But thanks for clarifying what that is. Use a hairdryer for the clear plastic. It'll help with the flexing connection on certain molds from what I've seen. Wild. Transformers Armada, incredibly popular as far as I know. I can't see Hasbro not doing. Yeah, it was wildly popular from what I know. We have a D, we have a C, we have Pirate. Yeah, you guys are right. Pirate and Smuggler, actually. Logos was a pirate and a smuggler. Okay, let's get into the most important thing, the thing that I think most people are here for. Do you have your notepads ready? Do you have your notebooks ready? Maybe some of you already know this. Maybe some of you already have the plans. Let's run through exactly what the breakdowns are going to be. What, when you were talking, there was a delay with your speech. So hint saying dub. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, maybe. Origins Wheeljack just got delivered. Cool. Right on. Enjoy. Let's go through the 2025 list. We're going to start with, I'd say, the United Generations. I'm going to call it Generations Prime or Prime. Well, let's call it United and Prime. Let's go through those first. So, when 2025, we've already done 2024. We've done that several months ago. I'm not going all back through it. You can go back and find it when I outlined it, I don't know, months ago. 2025, Wave 5 in January of 2025 should have for the core class Dinobot, if you want a core class Dinobot. Also, in the deluxe class, that's when we should finally get Sure Shot. Can't wait for Sure Shot. A G2 breakdown for those of you trying to make a G2 Menasor, Armada Wheeljack, and and the package refresh that everyone's been waiting for, Cosmos, will come in January. So my guess is it'll come toward the end of this year, just in time for the holidays. But he shouldn't be an exclusive this time. He should just be mainline. Please, God, you'll have a much easier time getting him. And if you can get him, he's great. I already reviewed him, and yeah, he's great. At the Voyager price point, we're going to be getting in that one again, end of the year, beginning of 2025. The Voyagers for Wave 5 will be a repack of Tarn. This, of course, is my custom one that Charlie did. And finally, Ramjet. The Ramjet to go with your Dirge that a lot of people have been waiting for. I gotta believe that at some point they're going to reissue Thrust as well, because everybody now is saying, hey, it's great that these two are being done, but so many also missed out on Thrust. So I think for the holidays or just after, he's going to be super popular. And Tarn's great. If you didn't get him or you skipped him, get him. He's wonderful. Again, I've already reviewed both of those. And the leader class will be Overcharge. If you're like, I don't know what that is, it's the, I want to say green and gray version of Blitzwing. So it'll be the Blitzwing done in those colors. The Overcharges are minions of the Quintessons. I mean, I always like Quintesson Forces, but I hate that mold so much. It's not a leader class. I'm out. I'm not interested in it in the slightest. And a repack of Galaxy Shuttle. Again, it shouldn't be too hard to get because it shouldn't be exclusive. It's just United Wave 5. So Galaxy Shuttle, a popular one just like Cosmos, a popular one just like Ramjet, a popular one. And they're not in accursed multi-packs. I've seen, by the way, the Selects 5 multi-pack with the Hound and the Sunstreaker and stuff. But again, I can't bring myself to do it. I cannot bring myself to spend that money on that when I have already 4 out of the 5 of them. Somebody was telling me that they only wanted the other 4 and they were going to send me, or we were going to, somehow hook up with the Hound. I hope that still happens, but we will see as time goes on. Great molds. I like the Sunstreaker, and I like the Trailbreaker, and I like the Jazz is okay. A lot of people don't like it. There's no reveal the shield Jazz, but it's all right. And who's the other one? I don't remember who the 4th one is, but you know what? They're solid molds. Solid molds that a lot of people missed somehow during Earthrise. But that's going to be everything for that wave. So again, very quickly, that'll be Core, Dinobot, Sure Shot, G2 Breakdown, Armada, Wheeljack, and Cosmos. Tarn, Ramjet, Galaxy Shuttle, and Overcharge. And that will conclude United. Then we're going to move into what we're calling Prime by April. Now, by the way, when I done the outline of 2024, I told you all then that Swoop was slated for an April release. I thought it was going to be release. I didn't think it was going to be an April reveal. So I guess we'll see. We'll see how soon he comes. Anyway, Prime Wave 1, that'll be in April, and that'll have deluxe animated Wasp, as well as Slingshot, Air Raid, and Solus Prime. Now, this is my Solus Prime. It is the MMC version of her, and she is splendid. I mean, for me to get, I might get the main one just if for nothing else, because I'd like to review it and compare it. But like, for it to have a place in my collection, it's going to have to be better than the MMC. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm not so sure that's going to happen. Time will tell, I guess. By the way, you'll note now we have Vector and Solus. That's 2 out of the 13 primes. So yeah, in April, Animated Wasp, Slingshot, Air Raid, Solus Prime. I mean, if for some reason you feel like you need to do the aerial bots, we're talking 10 years, so I understand them being updated. I didn't like what they did with Menasor in Legacy. I didn't like that at all. It wasn't for me. I think the bar none best Combiner Wars combiner was Superion. I don't see why I'm spending 3 times the amount to get the same characters when I have versions I'm already happy with. So I'm not planning to be in for those. Hopefully I'll get to review them. Then in Voyager, we're going to have Armada Red Alert, which is an interesting addition, and Prima, a Voyager Prima. This is a deluxe. You're going to say this is Protoform Optimus Prime. Protoform Optimus Prime got retconned into being Prima. This is the sword that comes with the Kingdom Rodimus Prime. It's not his Star Saber, I know, but I put it there to give him a sword because I don't have a Star Saber. I love this. And if you've ever read the Covenant of Primus, the Prima in there looks real close to this. But I can't wait to see a Voyager Prima. I could easily see this getting replaced with that. Easily see it. And the leaders will be a G2 Grimlock. I have to believe that'll be a blue version of the 86 Grimlock, but I don't know for sure. And the other leader will be, now remember, we have Vector Prime, we have Solus Prime, we have Prima. The Fallen will be number 4. And for me, my Fallen is Make Toys Chaos Paladin. He is certainly somewhat aged. He has some articulation limits, but he looks phenomenal. Very robust plastic. Again, I'll have to see what this leader is, but it's going to have to be better than this to replace it. Time will tell, I suppose. But right away, in the very first wave, and if you already got the Vector Prime that's up and coming in the pipeline that they mentioned, I mean, there's 4 of the 13 done. We should have gotten back to Power of the Primes, but better late than never. After April, our next pit stop for the Generations line will be, I guess, the Prime Wave 2, we'll call it, and that'll be in July. And that will have Deluxe Crasher. I didn't take Crasher off the shelf, but that'll have Deluxe Crasher that a lot of people also missed, as well as Swindle, but it doesn't say if it's a G1 or if it's animated or what it is. It just says Swindle. And a 5th one with a deluxe version of Alchemist Prime. Now I know what you're going to say. That's McAdam. That's the BAF that was McAdam. Newsflash, McAdam is Alchemist Prime. So same dude, same guy. So again, I might be in for that one. I love that little one. It's cool. I got it off of Input actually, but we'll have to wait and see for sure. The Voyager in July will be Skybite, which I think is interesting. And Skybite, I mean, he had his Generations one in like 2013. Yeah, he's due for an update now. And Rescue Bots Heatwave, 100% want a Voyager Rescue Bots Heatwave. I absolutely want Heatwave. I love that character. And the leader class for July, I 100% want as well. You guys have seen, I've even, I think, reviewed my makeshift Onyx Prime. And it's okay. It's made out of fossilizers. But we are getting a leader class Onyx Prime. He has to have all 4 legs and like that longer body. He has to have his upper body with his 2 arms. He has to be able to get up on his hind legs. He has to have his wings. It's a lot that goes into Onyx Prime. I 100% want him next July. And then Wave 3 will be in October. So that's as far as we're going. January is the last one of United I went through. Then Wave 1, Wave 2 in July, Wave 3 in October. And Wave 3 is going to have Micronus, a deluxe Micronus. Very interesting. By the way, you'll notice that the Prime stuff doesn't have any cores or any commanders that have been listed, just deluxes, Voyagers, and leaders. I digress. Wave 3 in October, we'll have my Cronus, which is our 6th of the Primes, I do believe. 6, maybe 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4 be Vector, 5, 6, 7. Pardon me, 7. Venom, which will be the last of the deluxe Insecticons. Skydive and Fireflight, the other 2 members of the aerial bots. Nothing has been said about a Superion yet. I believe he's going to be a commander class. The Voyagers for October will be Flatline, a Decepticon medic. Very, very interesting choice. And not for nothing, but Alpha Trion, the 8th of the original 13. He who wields the quill. I mean, I can't imagine why I would replace this with any other version of Alpha Trion. I can't imagine why I would do that. And the Titans Return one is really the perfect Shattered Glass Alpha Trion. So I'm very interested to see what they do here, but I don't think it's going to have to be for yours truly. Okay, that's it for Generations. Let's run through Studio Series. Yeah, let's run through Studio Series for 2025. In January, we're going to have finally Deluxe Hatchet, which is the last of the Dreads. Can't wait to get him. TF7 Double Punch. In case you didn't know, Double Punch is going to be a gray and black version of the Rise of the Beast Scorponok, and a movie 6 Bumblebee, which is, I think, another Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee, if I'm not mistaken. The Voyagers for January will be Rise of the Beast, Optimus Prime, just getting a normal release, not the buzzworthy subline, just a target, just a regular release, will be January of 2025, along with War for Cybertron Sky Warp, which, of course, we know is going to be the Starscream mold, right? And the leader class for January will be Rise of the Beast Ape Link, which, I mean, not for nothing, but like, surely Ape Link is going to be like based on him, right? You know, on Primal. I don't know if I'm just going to customize Primal or if I'll actually get Ape Link. Time will tell. I don't know yet. We'll see. And 86 Galvatron, which I'm thinking they're going to take the Kingdom mold and tweak the colors a bit, because the Kingdom mold is the perfect alt mode, the perfect robot mode for Galvatron. So I don't know. That's what I'm presuming it'll be. I feel like 86 Galvatron will much be like 86 Blaster and Rewind, where it'll be what we already have, just with the tweaks that he probably should have had from the beginning. The stuff that I've already added as custom paint. So make of that what you will. That's it until April. April of 2025, we will have Deluxe AOE Widowmaker. I absolutely want her. She was only concept art. She'll definitely be Age of Extinction concept art Widowmaker. If you don't know her, look her up. She looks fierce, real fierce. Dark of the Moon Q, and a reissue of 86 Perceptor, who I have also reviewed. The Voyagers will be a Voyager War for Cybertron Ironhide, I assume from the video game, as well as a TF1 Sentinel Prime. That will be interesting. That will be very interesting by April. We'll, of course, know what the TF1 body types and stuff are like by then. Bit of a spoiler. I guess Sentinel Prime is going to be in TF1. And the leaders will be Age of Extinction Optimus Prime and Dark of the Moon Shockwave. The Shockwave is, yes, the repack of the leader class Shockwave that we already got in Studio Series. July is going to come for Studio Series then. So we've done January. We just did April. This is July. July will have, as the deluxes, TF1 Starscream. So that Starscream's only going to be a deluxe. 86 Bone Crusher. Again, I have the Titans, not Titans Return, the Combiner Wars Titan one. I'm not in for another Devastator now. I don't need it. I might think different when I see it, if it's like infinitely better than my Combiner Wars. But if it's not, I don't see me going in and having to hunt down 6 more. But you might. So 86 Bone Crusher, a 86 Jazz repack. The Voyagers will be War for Cybertron Thundercracker. Naturally, you knew he was going to have to come. And 86 Scrapper. So Scrapper is going to be a Voyager. So a Leg Boy is going to be a Voyager. An Arm Boy, like Bone Crusher, is going to be a Deluxe. So Voyager legs, it looks like, and Deluxe arms. And the leader will be 86 Megatron. Input said that he heard that somebody said that they're working on him being a pistol. That's not what I heard at all. According to Evan, Evan said he'll have to be a tank if we do him at all. Now they're doing him. I mean, could they have worked around it? I mean, I guess maybe, but I can't see how. The law is the law. I don't know what they're going to do there, but it'll be interesting to see. That 86 Megatron is, I mean, it's a good year away or more yet. So you got lots of times to salivate about it and think about it. And finally, we get to October. Actually, we get to July. And just a couple of weird things to note there. In July, A-Level Ast 2, Assorted 2, I guess. Deluxe, I'm assuming Devastation Optimus Prime. And Deluxe TF1 B127. So I'm guessing that the Starscream and Bumblebee pack that we've gotten for, no, that's Reactivate. I guess Bumblebee is going to be a B127 in Transformers 1. Who knew? And finally, October. Whew, and then I got to get the heck out of here, man. October. Deluxe War for Cybertron Autobot Soldier. I guess it's just one of the generic soldiers from the War for Cybertron game. 86 Scavenger will be a deluxe. Again, the other Armbots, so Bone Crusher and Scavenger. The Armbots are deluxes. Voyager 86 Mixmaster. Mixmaster, a leg to go right along with Scrapper. And rejoice for those who missed them. In October of 2025, about a year and a half away, you will get your reissue of 86 Grimlock. Do not overpay for him. A reissue is coming. Patience is your friend. Woo! I know I haven't checked in with you guys. I'm not going all the way back through because I don't have the time. I've been here a long time through 2 different things. Yeah, well, I'm glad that they're doing so many reissues. A lot of people missed it. I'm glad that I didn't. The unboxing. This, by the way, I hope you guys enjoyed the latest Creator and the Corporate Man. A lot of people thought that I was just doing it to kind of barf on Hot Rod, and I wasn't at all, actually. It was about how size classes get smaller, because when I recorded it and came up with the skit, everyone was complaining about how small Swoop was. And I was like, you know what? You guys are being hypocrites. But you know what? They're always trying to make size classes smaller. So that's what I did. Hope it was fun. Anyway, coming up tomorrow, coming up next week. Let's do the next week one. And this is from Maximal 10. This is on loan. Is going to be something that I've never looked at, but I'm excited to take a look at. GDO Springer. Going way back in time to GDO Springer. Sure, he's not a triple changer. This is a nifty little mold, and we're going to have some fun with it. GDO Springer, right? I mean, he's obsolete now, but this will be a fun one to look at. And a mold that I've only ever heard amazing things about. And I mean amazing things. I've never heard one person complain about this mold ever, which had me worried and a bit skeptical. But is the hype real for Cybertron Galvatron? And I mean, I know that the Megatron mold is colored a bit different. This is the most Megatron looking Galvatron I've ever seen. But boy, oh boy, this will be tomorrow's review. And I don't want to spoil anything, of course, of my thoughts, but you could probably already tell that, you know what? Dude, the hype is real. By the way, Leader Class. This was Leader Class 19 years ago. Wait until you hear me talk about and see the comparisons with some current Leader Classes and see where this actually falls in terms of modern era, which also informed the Creator and the Corporate Man skit, if I'm being perfectly honest. Whoo! We had to do 2 streams, but man, we got through it all. Thank you, each and every single one of you, for coming in. Again, I appreciate it. I love you all. Thank you for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos. Hmm.